friends. Okay, so welcome to launch day for Create Your Blank if you haven't figured it out already. And I'm going to talk about values next. And it is my absolute favorite, and it's on page 65 in the book. It starts on page 65. And it's a process, but it can be fun process because values are, what is important to you in your life when you're creating your blank, when you're moving through your world, when you're interacting with other people. What is important to you? And it's really important, say the word again, important, a bit redundant, but what's important is to know what they are. And when we know what they are, things get easier for us and they flow. So there's a checklist, you can pick your top 10. And what I recommend is limit your top 10 because the 10 most important things, it's not that other values can't be important to you, but for the focus of creating your blank or whatever it is in your life, it's easier to focus on the top 10. So you want to just narrow them down. And I do a lot more exploration about that in the book. And then you want to define what each one means to you. Um, because like say for instance, sorry, I'm a little bit scattered. If communication is one of your top values, it would mean something completely different to me than it would you perhaps. And depending on what you're doing in your world, whether your focus of your blank is on work or personal, it can mean completely different things. So you get to define what the value is for you when you're looking at checklist, the top 10. And then you want to do is rank them. You want to rank them 1 through 10, with 10 being the best. And what we sort of hope for is that all 10 are 10s, but they might not be. Say communication is an important thing to you. It's not 10 of 10 because it's impossible to like have this sort of perfectionistic sometimes tendency towards communication, but say it's important, but it's maybe an 8 of the 10. If you drop below 8, then it's really shouldn't be in your top 10. So most of the time they want to be 8 through 10. But there might be circumstances when you rank it and it might be necessary to consider an option for something. And, that particular option is important, an 8 maybe or a 9, but given everything else is a 10, you might opt to go lower than that. So it's all a personal decision and a personal choice, but it sort of helps you quantify and be objective about what the value means to you and how it's working in your life. So then you want to define, and then you want to do an evaluation. And I'm not going to go into the evaluation because that exercise is quite extensive and it's in the book. And it talks about how you can measure your values against anything you're trying to make a decision on, like a new job, a new country you want to live in, a new place you want to go on vacation, a new heart project or a new business idea. And it gives you just food for thought to make sure that whatever endeavor you're going for, whatever your blank is, it's aligning with your values. So enjoy it. I hope you do. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And I will see you next time. Have a beautiful afternoon. Thanks for watching.